everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 25th of November 2021. Starting with very first question. The annual Council of Ministers meeting of the Indian Ocean Rim Association was recently held in which city? So the 21st annual Council of Ministers meeting of IORA was held in a hybrid format in Dhaka, and India virtually participated in the meeting, and the Dhaka Communique was adopted at the end of the meeting. Also, India congratulated Bangladesh for assuming the chairship of IORA and welcomed the Russian Federation as the new dialogue partner of IORA. Also, do remember that Ambassador Salman Al Farisi has been selected as the next Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association. Okay. Now, in the previous lecture, we have seen that the ADIPEC conference has recently been organized at Abu Dhabi in the wake of rising oil prices, and it is a global platform for oil and gases. You have to tell me what does this acronym stands for. Then in COP26 summit, all the world leaders promised to end and reverse the deforestation by which year? By 2030. Now apart from it, UK will provide an India Green Guarantee to the World Bank to unlock £750 million for the green projects across India, and this was announced at COP26 in Glasgow Summit. Also, UK committed over £210 million at the UN Climate Summit under PIDG, that is Private Infrastructure Development Group, and this Green Guarantee financing will support clean and resilient infrastructure in sectors including clean energy, transport and urban development. Okay. Now you have to tell me which small island has recently confirmed its very first case of COVID-19 after a very long time. Please write your answers in the comments. Now question number 2. Which union ministry is implementing the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana scheme? So the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs gave its approval for continuation of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana phase 1 and 2 up to September 2022 at a cost of nearly 33,822 crore rupees. So Ministry of Rural Development is implementing this particular scheme, and the Cabinet has approved the construction of 32,152 kilometers of roads which are to be completed in tribal and backward areas, and including those who are affected by left-wing extremism. So this Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs also approved continuation of road connectivity project for left-wing extremism affected areas up to March 2023. Now apart from it, an MOU has been signed recently between Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying and the Ministry of Food Processing Industry, and this MOU will basically facilitate extension of benefits to dairy entrepreneurs and dairy industries through convergence of various schemes of Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. So this Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying functions under the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Now apart from it, the Indian Telegraph Act of 2003 gave statutory status to the Universal Service Obligation Fund, and it is the pool of funds generated by the levy that is charged upon all the telecom fund operators on their adjusted gross revenue. So Cabinet clears proposal for mobile services in 7,287 uncovered villages in 44 aspirational districts of 5 states by utilization of this Universal Service Obligation Fund, and the 5 states are Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Odisha. Fine. Question number 3. Which Indian cricketer has been appointed as the chairman of the ICC Men's Cricket Committee in 2021? Saurabh Ganguly has recently been appointed as the chairman of ICC Men's Cricket Committee, and he will replace fellow Indian Anil Kumble, who stepped down after serving a maximum of 3-year term, and the board also approved that first class status and list classification will be applicable to women's cricket similar to men's game. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that recently International Olympic Committee has released new advice on transgender athlete rules, and now it highlighted that no athlete should be excluded from competing based on an unverified and perceived unfair competitive advice due to their physical appearance, sex variation or transgender status. Okay. Now also we have seen that recently Australia has won the T20 World Cup trophy after a long wait of 14 years. Now apart from it, India is the second largest producer of footwear and leather garments in the world, and exports of leather footwear and leather products have reached $3.67 billion during 2020-21. So Minister of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Piyush Goyal has addressed the National Export Excellence Awards presentation ceremony of the Council for Leather Exports. Okay. Question number 4. IRCTC along with the Indian Railways has introduced the pod concept of retiring rooms at which station? So the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation in collaboration with Indian Railways has introduced the pod concept of bed-sized retiring rooms at the Mumbai Central Railway Station. So a pod or a capsule hotel, you can say, was first developed in Japan, and it comprises of large number of small bed-sized rooms known as capsules, and it aims to provide affordable accommodation for the guest. Now earlier we have seen that IRCTC has commenced a Sri Ramayana train from Delhi, and this train will cover the visit of all prominent places associated with the life of Lord Rama in total of 17 days, and more such trains would run to promote religious tourism. Now also we have seen that central government has recently declared the airport of Srinagar as a major airport under the AERA Act 2008. AERA stands for Airport Economic Regulatory Authority. Actually, Centre can designate any airport as a major airport if it has annual passenger traffic of at least 35 lakh people. Okay. Now also, BMC has recently drafted MCAP, that is Mumbai Climate Action Plan, to tackle climate change, and it is a kind of comprehensive roadmap that outlines specific activities to reduce emissions and meet the goals of Paris Agreement. So it was drafted with the technical support from WRII, that is World Resources Institute India. Now you have to tell me, few months back the highest civilian award of Maharashtra, named as Maharashtra Bhushan Award, has been given to which of the personality? Please write in the comments. Question number 5. Which state government is set to launch Smart Garbage mobile application for waste management in local self-governing bodies? So the Kerala government is set to launch a mobile application for improving and tracking the collection of inorganic waste in local self-governing bodies, and the Smart Garbage mobile application would be launched in all 6 municipal corporations, 70 odd municipalities and 300 village bodies. So the volunteers of State Poverty Alleviation and Women Empowerment Program Kudum Shri, also known as Harit Karm Sena, would be involved in the scheme. Now apart from it, the yellow-rumped flycatcher, also known as Korean flycatcher, is a bird species found in East Asian countries like Mongolia, southern China, Korea and in Japan. Why it is important? Because recently the bird was spotted in Nanmangalam forest in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and due to their stable population, the species has been classified as least concern by the IUCN. Okay. Now a few days back we have seen that Kerala has recently topped the Public Affairs Index, and talking about the larger states, the top states were Kerala and it was followed by Tamil Nadu and Telangana. Then among the smaller states, the top three were Sikkim, Goa and Mizoram, and among the union territories, the top three were Puducherry, Jammu Kashmir and Chandigarh. Okay. Question number 6. The record of all transactions happening between a country and rest of the world in a given time is termed as what? So this is known as balance of payment. And why this term was in use? Because recently data shows that India's trade with USA has registered a strong increase from approximately $20 billion in 2001 to just over $145 billion in the year 2019. And USA is one of the India's largest trading partners and it is a major source of FDI to India. Now apart from it, recently the Reserve Bank of India has given in principle approval to NSDL E-Governance Account Aggregator Limited, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of NSDL, to establish account aggregator business. What is this account aggregation? So it is a kind of process by which data from all of an individual's financial accounts are collected in one place, is termed as account aggregation. Okay. Now apart from it, around 20,000 people marched peacefully through the city of Athens of Greece to mark the anniversary of an anti-dictatorship uprising in the year 1973. So you can be asked that which country recently marked the anniversary of an anti-dictatorship that was uprising in 1973. It was Greece. Now apart from it, the 16th annual status of education report was released by NGO Pratham, and it is based on surveys of children in the 5 to 16 age group, and as per this report, almost 40% students opt for private tuitions in the year 2021, while in 2018 it was less than 30% students. Also, the proportion of students receiving learning support at home decreased to 2/3 of the total school enrolled children. Question number 7. Which Indian institution has partnered with Google for social impact lending program targeted for micro enterprises? So this is SIDBI, means Small Industries Development Bank of India, and it has partnered with Google for impact lending program targeted for micro enterprises, under which financial assistance up to 1 crore rupees would be given, and the scheme specifically targets micro enterprises having turnover up to 5 crore rupees with a special focus on women entrepreneurs. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that recently SIDBI has launched the second window of Swavalamban Challenge Fund with the theme Green Bharat. So the focus of the fund is on innovative projects addressing the green and clean climate change. And the first window of Swavalamban Challenge Fund was launched in the month of August 2021, and these funds are a kind of financing mechanism to allocate funds for specific purpose using competition among the organization. Now apart from it, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has recently released a set of draft regulations for GM foods in India, and the regulation stipulates procedure for prior approval safety assessment and labeling of the products derived from genetically modified organisms. So the draft states that no one is permitted to manufacture or sell any food products derived from genetically modified organisms without the prior approval. Question number 8. Global Report on Trends in Prevalence of Tobacco Use 2000 to 2025 is released by. So the WHO has released this report, and the report states that countries in Southeast Asia have achieved fastest rate of decline in the tobacco use. So in these countries, the smoking rate among men has been declined from 50% in 2000 to 25% in 2020. Now apart from it, the Clean Ocean International Expert Group of the United Nations Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development has prepared a list of activities, strategies and goals commonly called as Clean Ocean Manifesto. And under the action plan, marine debris has been targeted to be reduced by 50 to 90% by the year 2030, and it is proposed to introduce a system of globally distributed high-tech monitors to get information regarding ocean debris. Now apart from it, recently SEBI has released an investor charter which states the do's and don'ts of investing in the Indian securities market, and the release of this charter was proposed in the Union Budget 2021 to 2022 to protect the investors' interest and enable them to understand the risk involved in investment. Also, it enabled the investors to get services in a timely manner. Question number 9. Which country is India's largest source of remittance in 2021? So as per recent data by the World Bank, India has received a total of $87 billion in remittances in the year 2021, and India remains the top recipient of inward remittance, and India is further followed by China and then Mexico in this list. So the USA is the India's biggest source of remittance, accounting for over 20% of total inward remittance. Now apart from it, India has proposed to observe an International Year of Millets in the year 2023, and India has committed to eliminate TB in the country by the year 2025. Also, the total forex reserve of India has sharply risen to $633 billion in the last week of August 2021, and this is primarily on account of additional 12.57 billion SDR allocation by IMF for India, which is equal to nearly $17.86 billion. Now coming to last question, India has been recently re-elected to the executive board of which international organization for a term of 4 years from 2021 to 2025. So India has recently been re-elected to the executive board of UNESCO, which stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, for a term of 4 years from 2021 to 2025, and India was re-elected by 164 votes in favor. So the executive board of UNESCO is one of the 3 constitutional organs of the United Nations, and members are elected in it as per General Conference. Now talking about UNESCO, few days back it has designated Srinagar as a part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network. So this is the 6th city to achieve this honor after Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Varanasi and Jaipur. Now apart from it, Tedros Adhanom, who is the present Director General of World Health Organization, he has recently been elected unopposed as the Director General of WHO for his 2nd term, and he belongs to the country Ethiopia. Also, Government of India has appointed K.V. Kamath as the first Chief of National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Okay. Now let us start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenuzat Sana signing off.